Hello, everyone, and welcome to Avail Talks. My name is Julian Azzopardi, and I will be interviewing a number of representatives from different projects on the ALEO blockchain. And today we have a representative from the ALEO Store project. Thank you for being here. If you can please introduce yourself.
Hey Julian, hey everyone. So yeah, I'm Captain Crunch. I'm the main dev, and kind of CEO of the Aleo.store project. We have started the project in March from last year, and now we've been like third place on the Aleo Deploy Incentive program that ended in the end of year 2023, and now we are beginning 2024 with a lot of next steps and things to do for the marketplace. So maybe I'll explain after that a little
Cool.
more project
All
is about.
right. Let's get straight into it. For viewers that don't know what ALEO is, can you give a brief description of what the ALEO blockchain is?
Yep. So basically, Aleo is a decentralized infrastructure, a blockchain, which allows people to execute programs um, in a decentralized way and give proofs that the execution of those programs happened without any problems, and they can share tokens, data, and all kinds of value on the blockchain. And this is what we call based on zero knowledge proof, which is a technology allowing people to prove the correct execution of programs. It's been since 2021, I think, that Aleo started first developing, and right now it's gaining traction, and there is a lot more user every year. So it's a really wonderful product, and based with at its core the value of privacy. So
Cool. Yeah, I think you've described it pretty well. In around one to two sentences, can you briefly describe ALEO Store?
okay, so Aleo Store is um, ZK, so zero knowledge NFT marketplace. So where you can buy, sell, create NFTs, which data is either private or public. In for instance, OpenSea or any marketplace on a classical blockchain, your data is public. Here, it is either private or public, and you can share proofs. So for instance, is if I have NFT of my ID card, I can give a proof that I'm over than 18 without even having to share my name or any other information. And you can buy, sell NFTs on this website. It's a decentralized application.
And of course, it's one of the first to be built on ALEO since it's still a new blockchain, correct?
Yep, that's right. So we started, as I said earlier, in March from last year, and there has been a lot of changes to the standards of the blockchain. So it's a quite exciting time to be developing projects because everything is changing very fast. So a lot of adaptation. You got to have a lot of capacity to adaptate, but it's also a lot of opportunities.
Yeah. Um, what what would you say inspired you to start this project?
Good question. Basically, I've been into cryptography and math and all related topics for years, but never have I ever developed on the zero knowledge proof technology. And I thought when I came into Aleo by searching for related projects, I have thought it was a great idea to try learn by doing. And so yeah, I was just inspired by the whole community that was building at the same time. I went on the discords and the telegram, the developer telegram, and I could find people who helped, who I helped when they came after me. And yeah, it was great community. So that's how it all started. And yeah, after that I went with the flow.
Yeah. All right. Um, of course, since it's in the early stages, I'm sure you've come across some limitations and some difficulties when building. Could you briefly talk a bit about the major difficulties you are encountering or have encountered in your journey?
Yeah, so basically, when I first started building, I was developing on and pushing some test programs on the test net, on the test net directly. And one time, because I was using features that has just been released, and one time the whole blockchain just stopped because one of the features I used was just released, and there was still a bug in there. So basically, it was quite an interesting time to develop on Aleo, because yeah, it was supposed the testnet is here for that, for breaking and trying stuff. And so yeah, it was sometimes the limitations were related to the nature of test nets. And you got to wait for a more stable version in order to be absolutely sure that you can push to production the project. And yeah, sometimes there were kind of limitations, but with the time there are less and less. And also when I'm developing, some functions are inside of the documentation, but they are not pushed on the testnet yet. And so you gotta wait a bit, and it your program works locally, but it's not working until everything is pushed. And so you're waiting, you're sending messages to the team to know, well, when this will be pushed. And so yeah, so right now it's okay because features are frozen until mainnet. So you get more visibility on what's accessible and not for mainnet products. So yeah.
Yeah, of course, since new blockchain is bound to have quite a few hurdles for developers, but over time, those bugs are being tackled. I was going through your resources on your website, and I came across um, uh, this this NFT CLI. Can you elaborate on what that is and how that is relevant to kind of what you're doing?
Yeah, of course. So basically, on Aleo right now, you can push programs, and the same way that NFT collection on Ethereum is a program, a NFT collection on Aleo is a program. So the CLI is a command line interpreter. So it's for devs basically who want to make new collections and make it scale. So if they want to create thousands of assets, or use NFTs in their infrastructure for a backend, or for, let's say, tomorrow a retailer need an NFC for a loyalty program, they need to use it in a computer programmatical way. And so they need to interact with some sort of, for instance, a CLI or an API. And so this tool allows for devs to create NFTs, to see what NFT collections, all the data about an NFT collection, to push thousands of to create a thousands of assets mints at the same time, and create a mint in the future, and basically everything you can do to interact with the NFTs on chain, you can do it using the CLI. While on the front end interface of the website, you are limited on what you can do to interact with the smart contract. So right now it's not public yet. The when the mainnet is out, the CLI will be out as well. But it's gonna come in less than a few months. It all depends on the Aleo when it
Yeah,
will
of
be
course.
out.
Um, all right, which is probably hopefully soon. Um, all right, so more on terminology, which I found on your resources. I also found something relating to post GRE can you also explain what that is?
So basically, you have on chain a lot of NFT related data. And when you are, for instance, a company, or when you are a developer, you cannot every time you have something to look for in your data, you cannot ask for the blockchain. So ask for every records on the blockchain and analyze, scan those records. So basically, this is a SQL database management system that is synchronized all the time with the blockchain using a program. And so anytime I want to have data over an NFT, instead of rescanning the whole blockchain, I have this SQL database in locally or on my cloud, or any infrastructure I want, and I can make a very fast request to this resource, and not having to ask for the blockchain and scan it every time. But basically, when you make an interaction, you make these interactions with the blockchain, and then your database makes updates thanks to sync Aleo SQL Aleo NFT DB sync, and this program makes a synchronization.
So it would make it faster when it comes to
Yeah.
searching through the chain. And in terms of speed, what's kind of the situation there? Um, is it is there a problem you think right now with speed?
So, but basically, thanks to the on Aleo, there are two things. So, if you just want to reach for data that is on the chain with this system of DB sync, it's really fast. So, as fast as any SQL database. The only problem is when you interact with the chain, you got to prove the execution of the programs and of the transactions, of all of the transition in the transaction. And so basically, this takes time, and then for it to be accepted by the consensus mechanism of the blockchain, this takes time. But thanks to delegated proof on Aleo, and it's a kind of unique way to achieve consensus. You will be able to make it take way less time by just delegating some of the proof. And if you want to do all the proof because you have a big a concern about the proof, the content of the proof, and it's really sensitive, you can spend on a computational resources in order to make it sure, and only focus what you consider being really important to secure, basically.
Right. Moving away from this terminology, where do you see yourself as Aleo Store in 3 years?
Oh, this is a great question. Actually, I think the time frame that is most conceivable for a project that is 1 year old is more 1 year old.
All right. I was
So
gonna ask you in 5 years, but I think it's way too far away.
so yeah, for now, 1 year from now, from now, I think the project should have developed a standard, be one of the first, be the first NFT marketplace, and be, you know what is Metaplex on Solana? It's basically um, an ecosystem of resources for NFT development on this blockchain Solana. That is that I have built projects before on as a dev. And Metaplex is kind of everything you need when you're an art creator or a developer or any related jobs. Everything you need for NFTs. So this is where I want Aleo.store to be in 1 year, to have developed to have developed a great marketplace where anybody, and not only that, but a lot of programs for DB Sync, for CLI, for creation of big collections, and to integrate it in any project basically that could use proofs and that could use NFTs. And yeah, so this is a goal.
You mentioned that you've built on Solana. How would you compare the difference between building on Aleo and building on Solana?
So it's not the same, because Solana, on a very technical perspective, Solana is an account-based model. It has a really unique way of storing the data, basically in order to make possible the parallelization of the computations across the chain. I think the goals are very, very different. Solana basically focuses everything on speed, and sometimes they don't they don't focus on the decentralization, for instance. And I think Aleo made choices that are really coherent with what it aims to achieve. Um, Basically, it aims at powering privacy for projects, and so they put a lot of efforts into the decentralization. I think it makes a lot of sense. Aleo, on the other side, is more uh, UTXO and account-based models, so a mix of what Bitcoin and Ethereum could be in terms of parroting. And Aleo is really interesting in that way, and I think it encounters it has the same kind of challenges that Solana has in the way we make programs. We have challenges, for instance, on how should we store the data, separating states between programs, state and execution, and there are a lot of similar concerns. And I think it made in on Aleo the right choices were made for what we want to do. So yeah, but I like Solana, but I've been closer to Aleo for some time.
I couldn't agree with you more. Um, where are you planning to attract your customers, and how do you plan on building a community? Of course, because for your product, you're going to need to build a customer base.
So basically, I think the funnel of acquisition right now is too much focused on the Web3 community, and I think it's a close, a very small ecosystem, and we're gonna reach glass ceiling
Plateau.
if if we stay in here. So what we need to do is to create projects that have a use case outside of the chain and outside of Web3. And so basically, I think what should be next is to go look for people from other industries and show them by making a POC and and proving to them that it is useful in healthcare, in decentralized identity, in retail, in all kind um, of activities
And
that
applications.
Yeah, so I think this should be the concern right now. And then when you have use cases at work, clients will come a lot more easily because you have proven value already.
Yeah,
Right
provide
now,
them.
you just give incentives, and by giving incentives, you don't make people come because they like the project, but only because they want a gift. So it's not stable.
Well, we couldn't agree with you more. Definitely, it's the value that you bring the customer and building product that at the end of the day benefits your customer. What will attract people, and not the temporary rewards, I guess. All right. For the final question, where can people reach out to you and find out more about Aleo Store?
Oh, you can go directly to Aleo.store, where you'll be able to do what the most interesting about the product. I mean, just testing it, minting, creating your collection, minting your NFTs, exchanging them from private to public to other people, or sending proofs. You can create public mints with random mints. You can create all kind of use cases right now from what's already existing. You also have documentation on the website on how the all this works and how you can, as a dev, use that in order to make your own product in gaming, for instance. I don't know. And you can also go on our Twitter and Discord, of course. While our Twitter is not very active, but on Discord, the team is a lot more active. So yeah, just join the Discord from the website, I guess.
All right. Any final message you'd like to say to our viewers?
Privacy is key. just just I think we have forgotten about it for a long time with the with Facebook, with all the big GAFAM, and I think it's coming back with this ZKP movement, and I think it's awesome. So yeah.
Yeah, privacy is a human right at the end of the day, and we're losing it. Thank you very much, Captain Crunch, for being with us on our second Avail Talks episode.
Thanks,
Um,
Julian, for taking the time and for what you're doing with interviews. It's really it's great.
thank you. We appreciate it. For all the viewers watching us right now, you can follow our X at Avail Wallet and join our Discord. You can find the link on this post. Thank you, everyone, and goodbye.
Bye.